think about things. I've known you. How long have we known each other?
10 years.
10 years, right?
It's got to be.
Golly. I know. I was talking to Will Nelson yesterday. He said the same thing. He said, "Yeah, I've known you about 10 years." I don't know how I met Will. I do remember how I met you.
Yeah.
Um, it was a very interesting kind of like thing, but for those that might be watching this recording and don't know a little bit about you, I guess give us the high level view of Mr. Jeff Miller.
So what a lot of people don't know is I come from 100 years of advertising marketing trauma, right? So my grandfather was in advertising marketing. He was in TV and radio.
Really?
My dad and my uncle are in newspaper and magazines. I'm on ads and podcasts, right? Or social media, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
And the tools have always changed. What used to be writing on the newspaper became magazines, which is what you said on TV. But with social media, it's the same shit, different day. It's still talking, it's still writing, it's still trying to figure out a good headline to grab the attention and gain enough eyeballs to move people through the entirety of the article. And I've discovered that whenever I deep dive into something that's like too like cutting edge, it works for like a week, maybe two, and it's like, well, that didn't fucking work. But then I go back to like the classics of reading like long form newspaper articles or long form newspaper headlines or long form magazine ads, like these advertorials, these infographics, right? Whatever we call them. And I read those and I go, oh, this is fucking classic. This always works. So that's how I started writing these like long form ads on Facebook most recently. But when I started my advertising career, it was after I finished my MBA at Washington St. Louis, after I was a summer scholar in Chicago. And then I got recruited to go work for Ericsson, right? I was in like their like COO track and I was working for the COO and I was supposed to be in this like Lean Six Sigma black belt type stuff, right? Marketing and sales operations. And then they fired 5,000 people, all right? And I got walked out of the building. And then as I was walking out, HR was like, no, 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 not you. Like, oh, okay. All right, fine. Walk back to my desk. 2 months later, it happened again. 2 months later, it happened again. And after the third time, I was like, all right, I'm fucking done. I get the sign. Okay. Like, I understand this is not supposed to be for me. Okay, I'll leave. So I voluntarily leave. I move back to my house where my parents live in Miami at 31. You don't want to be single living in your parents' house with no job at 31 at all. Right. And it got so rough that I said, I'm going to take a flight from Miami to Portland, Oregon, and see if I can turn my internship into a full-time gig. Right. Didn't happen. That's when I said, fuck, I got fucking nothing. And that's when I started saying, okay, I'm going to start advertising. Right. So that's when those Dan Henry ads were kicking in. Right. That's when it was you, me, Will, Jordan Parker. Right. Some of the people that are like still kicking butt. Tucker, I don't know, man. There's got to be like 50 or 100 people that I still talk with back from those days, right? And I started
Really?
local
Do you
businesses.
still talk with JR and Cruzy?
Still talk with JR, right? I called him like last month. He's having a
Oh,
kid soon, right?
oh
Cruzy, I saw him
wow, good for
two
him.
weeks ago, right? Um, and shit, there was somebody else that I saw that was like a Luis Alvarado, if you know
Yeah,
him,
Luis. Yeah,
right? Yeah, I
yeah.
saw him too, right? So like we still reconnect like every now and then, which is like very, very cool, right? Um, but it's been a wild, crazy journey. It starts with like local businesses, and then I was advertising nationally to get local business clients like the dentists. Now I advertise nationally to get national clients, right? And then I got on the phone with my tax person and I was like, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm like, I ain't fucking paying this fucking bill. Holy shit. Like, figure it the fuck out, Bernice. God damn. Right. And then, like, it clicked, right? Because I could flash back and I could see the infographic and the advertorial and the magazine newspaper. I could see myself in the headlines, like, oh my God, like, I am my own client. This is perfect. Right. So I started running ads to get tax clients and they seem pretty fucking happy. Right. I discovered that there's ups and downs and lulls, right? And that stuff changes like Every month and a half, maybe every 2 months, I get a different hook for the year or the season. But it's a wild, crazy journey. It's super cool, and I don't think I'd change it for anything in the world. So yeah, it's been
Yeah,
wild.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, what was your I love the journey. I mean, I've seen your journey all the way through. You've seen my journey all the way through, and
Yeah,
you've
dude.
kind of seen it's always been interesting to see like our highs and lows. Neither of us knew, but all of a sudden it all collided at the same time. Like it all came
Yep.
back together and you kind of see it all. I mean, I haven't seen any of the people that you talked about besides Will. I haven't really talked to any of them. And, I mean, I'm just kind of been in my zone, but I guess for most people that watch this are, I mean, now I work with a lot of people that are just like somewhere around 1 million to 3 million. But most of the people have a hard time getting past that 100,000, that first million. And I want to know your journey there. Like, I want to know what
Yep.
you felt, what you experienced, what you went through. And I guess, shed some light on again, like you are your best customer. I guess you're also
Yeah.
your best marketer to your previous self too.
Correct. So Will's a client of mine, right? We've
Yeah.
been in a paying relationship for like 18 months now. Um, I remember when we started trying to figure out his USP, his marketing message, his core message is like the one thing that people got to know about you that makes them say, shit, I got to pay this guy money. And then you have derivatives of it. So imagine it's like a circle and then you got like spin-offs, right? That type of idea, right?
Hmm.
And we were sitting there banging our heads up against the wall on a Zoom call that was so long. We said, fuck it, let's just do a phone call. I'll call you back later. We didn't call each other. We are like, God, I'm fuck tired of shit. Fuck. Like we were just doing that. And then we ended up hitting this point where we realized that let me install my $1 million client getting system into your business at no risk to you. What do we got to lose? It was one of like the 50 different things that we wrote down and we X'd everything out except for that one. So we turned it on. And the mistake that we made in the beginning was hoping for immediate return on investment. Like I'm going to spend $100 and then make 1,000, but we never talk about how long that takes,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
So we're running this ad and it had a big square with a headline in it, and that was it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we're getting like $80 appointments. And we're
Uh-huh.
like, holy shit, we're in the fucking money. Oh my God, it's Lamborghinis. It's gonna be like penthouse. Like this is the fucking dream, right? So we end up on the phone with these people, and out of like the 10 booked appointments,
You and Will.
five Will was on the phone and then I listened to the recordings later.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, gotcha. Okay.
So the 10 booked appointments, like probably like half ended up showing up one way or another, either because they just did or you like hound them over the phone, text message, stuff like that.
Right.
So the 10 half would show up. So our cost per showed appointment was 100. And then of the five, probably two, maybe three are qualified. So our
Mm.
cost per qualified show was like 150, 200. And then out of the two or three, they were giving us so much fucking flack about why they shouldn't be buying. We almost dropped that hook forever.
Mm.
We almost said, like, nah, we don't need this idea. We don't need this hook. It's not working. There's no ROI. These are not buyers, that kind of thing. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that conversation was happening with him, independent of me. He sends me the recordings, and me being like two or three steps away, like I'm not stuck in the elephant. Like I can see the elephant, but I'm not like right here, right? I go, well, I think all we got to do is make a reel destroying these objections before they come up. And he's like,
Mm.
what I got to fucking lose, right? So we run the shit again. Now we're in the hole, X number of dollars, right? We run it 50%, two or three show, all that stuff. And Will does something pretty interesting. And he goes, Jeff said to send these reels, but I don't think these people saw my Instagram. So I'm going to tag them on these objection handling reels. They're not called objection handling reels, but that's
Yeah.
what they do. So like you have the objection and you fucking rant about it for like 90 seconds or 2 minutes, right? And one of those persons said, fuck it, what I got to lose paid 8 grand. I was like, oh, okay, okay. Now we in business,
I
right?
like it.
2 or 3 months later, the appointments that started coming in on day zero, those guys were following or keeping in touch via Instagram, started seeing the proof of testimonies, then they converted.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, now this is fun. We started getting testimonials. We pinned them. More people convert. We started to realize that Instagram is not for quote unquote social status. Instagram is the modern day landing page.
Mm, mm,
That's where I go to know if you are any good, fine, ugly, get a feel for you of like maybe I've been talking to this person, maybe not. Are we best friends? Are we fine? I don't know. So if you have an IG that has identity conversations, perspective conversations, objection handling, hot takes, like you have a personality and there's proof, that's all the landing page that you really need, right? And then I realized, okay, here's the ecosystem. People will see the ad. They're not going to buy. People will see the ad and then try to snoop you out and sniff you out and suss you out and say, who is this person? So they're going to look you up. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to find you on Instagram. That's your landing page. So your bio's got to line up. Your photo can't be you of the Eiffel Tower, where like you're tiny and you're pointing to the Eiffel Tower. It's got to be your
mm,
face, right? Your posts need to communicate things that make sense, right? It's not just
mm.
pretty pictures, it's the context of somebody interested in buying from you.
Right.
So they see the ad, you go to Instagram, go back to the ad, then they sign up. And then that became our way of working now for maybe like 2 years.
Oh,
That's my own,
you've been doing this for 2 years, that?
yeah, understanding this
Wow.
ecosystem of ad,
Oh,
Instagram, and
mm.
that's how they purchase, right? Because before that, it was the funnel where it was like get 1,000 people looking at your ad, and then of that 900 end up buying, 900 click, and then 800 go to your landing page, 700 like that type of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that is a proper representation of a customer journey or their awareness stages. That is just us trying to simplify it too much, saying, okay, here's how it looks. But if you talk to those people, they're not sitting there going, thanks for dropping me down to the next stage. They go, I have my own way of figuring this out, which is they're going to look you up on YouTube or Instagram, or they're going to say, send me some testimonials. When you do that, they move to the next stage, next stage, next stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so back in the day when we were taught landing pages and tank pages, right?
What did you
Not the
say?
case no
Landing
more.
page and what?
Landing page, a tank page is like all your proof, right?
Oh, okay. No,
So
I
you just
never heard
scroll
that
down
before.
and down and down. It's called a tank page, right?
Oh, okay.
Um, and it's getting to a point now where Instagram is your tank page, where Instagram is your highest converting landing page, where Instagram is doing like 80% of the selling. Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's working so much better now. So for example, with my IG, it's specifically about me showing proof, me putting my head out there so you can see me and how I talk, having a long form in the bio. So if they want to get a feel for me at like 2 in the morning and they can spend like 40 minutes with me without me spending 40 minutes with them,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. That's good.
And I could have 1,000 people in the I'm going to buy from you soon without having to talk to them, right? And when
Mm-hmm.
they are interested, they'll DM me info and I go, all right, what do we need to know before we talk pricing? Or they will cattle call themselves and saying, I'm going to follow Jeff. I'm going to save this post because I'm thinking about buying his stuff later.
Mm.
And now the follow up is in the fortune, the follow up is in the $2 a day retargeting that we run, right?
Mm.
So
Okay.
it's changed a lot since the beginning, which is like, you got to have your funnel properly set up. To now it's no, you got to have your proof properly set up,
Mm.
right?
I like that.
You need to have testimonials, walkthroughs. You need to have like a chart where like, imagine like Einstein, you're drawing on the blackboard, like how the fuck does this shit work? Draw a square, then draw an arrow, and then this square, and then that. Like you got to
Mm-hmm.
find a way to visually communicate what you do beyond simply, saying, read this 700-page book. We're getting to a point where certifications and qualifications matter, but the person who can communicate their understanding of their problem is the USP. Because if everybody's got the PhD, you know what I mean? Like some of them
Yep.
can't talk to people, but some of them are celebrities on the internet. That
Right.
guy's going to win because he can communicate thoughts, ideas, challenges, and people say, I'll buy your stuff. Right. So it's been there's been stuff that's always changing, so that's always being interesting. But in the beginning, like we almost completely dropped the hook that's been powering this business to, $900,000 cash collected, $1.2 million a month cash collected. Probably going to break that number soon because I'm in his Slack. I can see 2 or 3 clients a day coming in. And this price
Mm.
point is like, on the high end, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's really interesting seeing clients do that and the clients who don't. because the clients who do that are like, damn, these ads are working. The clients that don't are like, oh, these leads are not serious. They don't want to buy. They didn't pick up the phone. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
pick up the
yeah.
fucking phone. I don't know who the fuck you are. You send me notifications and reminders like the IRS does right before the dental appointment. It's like, God damn, man, like I'm hitting both. I gotta pay my taxes and get dental work. These reminders suck ass, right? Like if you want people to show up, you got to give them a reason to show up. Hey, my name is Jeff. Pleasure to meet you. I think we're meeting at 2 o'clock. If that's right, just reply yes. And I'll send you a bonus for coming on the call. They reply yes. Okay, great. Thanks so much. When you show up at the call 2 o'clock, I'm going to give you the 25-page postmenopausal health cooking book for you and your husband so you can lose weight together. And I'll see you on the call. Be sure to show up on time. Now you have a show up rate at like 75%,
Yeah. Yeah, we
right?
don't have that.
See what I mean?
That just
It's
fixed
like,
my issue.
yeah, it's like, hey, I'll see you at 2:15 and send him 1,000 reminders. And like, my Lord, you know what I mean?
Man,
So,
you're just talking to me right now. Why you calling me
oh,
out
why
like
you
that?
calling me out, Jeff? What the fuck, right? But
To
that
be
type
fair,
of
we
like,
said 13.
yeah, right, yeah. I should send more reminders. But the stuff that happens outside of the ad
Right.
matters just as much as what's in the ad,
Hmm.
right? I have a client right now that we're doing 17 appointments a day for $50 to $70 each,
Okay, so that's
spending
what,
like a
like,
thousand, 1,200 bucks a day, right? Depending
whoa,
upon the
what
day.
industry is this?
He's in career coaching,
What's
right?
that? Oh,
So
like
if
switching
you
from like your from something to the next?
correct, so you have a job right now as like, for
Uh-huh.
example, a project manager, you're doing 180 a year, and you're like, I ain't getting a raise for here. I got to find a new job. But it's really hard to find a new job when you have a job. So you hire a recruiter
Makes
or a
sense.
career coach or something like that. And he, by accident, had the same philosophy I did, which is if you're looking for a job, it's not just your resume, but it's your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your online
Uh-huh.
presence, that kind of stuff,
Uh-huh.
right? So by the purest of coincidence, which was engineered because he
Uh-huh.
saw my stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And so we're doing like $50 to $70 booked appointments. And
It's
he's like,
crazy.
hey, how can we cut that in half? I said, if you use your Instagram, because then your show up rate increases. You have a
Mm-hmm.
larger, warmer audience. It's easier for Facebook to do its thing. For example, I have another client who's in the fitness space.
Hmm.
She is early 30s, focuses on health, wealth, relationships, and uses working out as an avenue to increase everything, right? She
Hmm.
wouldn't say that, but that's what I would say and how I describe it, right? And in the beginning, a lot of her content was like how to do bicep curls or how to do lunges and things like that. And what ends up happening is if you get overly technical, you do a lot of how content, you
Yeah.
attract a lot of people who want to do it themselves, which means they ain't gonna buy
Mm.
your stuff, right?
That's
So if
interesting.
right, so if I have a tax client that's like, hey, here's how to do your taxes, do you really think someone's gonna hire? Or they're gonna say, I thanks, I don't have to do my own taxes,
Yeah, no, yeah, they're
right?
like, I'm not here for that.
Correct. Those are the wrong people, right? So she
Hmm.
was running this type of content, still doing great, making $30,000, $40,000 a month, still amazing, right? Stops doing that and instead starts doing identity, perspective, and hot takes, right? So identity is like, uh, it would be something like, here's how your life will change when you start taking your workouts seriously. So now we're talking changing identity, right?
Hmm.
I'm someone who takes their workout seriously instead of I'm somebody who knows how to work out, right?
Makes
She
sense.
starts doing how her life has changed, right? She would say things like, if it was not for taking my fitness seriously, I would not have the finances I have today, the fiance that I have today, the life that I have today, or the body that I have today, right? And most people are willing to pay a lot more for that than they are for just like a workout book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she starts doing, in addition to that, hot takes. So it's her and her husband. They're at the pool, and the hot take is your partner's not obligated to find you attractive if you've given up.
Wait, say that again. What does that mean?
Your partner is not obligated to find you attractive if you've given up.
Ah, got it. Okay.
See what I mean?
Took me
Like
twice to
that's
get it there. Yeah.
yeah, but that scratches the brain. Like, what the fuck? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What she's saying is my wife or my husband is not required to find me attractive if I lose weight, gain weight, get fat, all that
Hmm.
stuff, right? Turn into
Hmm.
a slob, right?
Yep.
She ends up getting 3.5 million views in 14 days.
Whoa.
She's gonna have 5 million views on that before the end of December. between all of the content that she's putting, which is identity, hot takes, not necessarily controversy by being AKA an asshole on the internet, but like a
Hmm.
different take on it, right? She's probably getting 4 to 5 million people in a 90-day, or sorry, in a 30-day time frame looking at her stuff.
It's a lot
And
of
it's not,
impressions.
it's a lot of impressions. And it's not just like I looked at it and scrolled away. I looked at it, watched it, interacted with it, scrolled up and down on Instagram, which is like 10 to 15 seconds.
Right.
That means her ads have a huge playground of like futz around with.
Uh-huh.
That's why she's doing $300,000 a month now.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
The ads didn't change.
Really?
The ads are the same.
Wow. So you guys
What
are not
the
spending
hell?
any more money? You're just spending the exact same, or you ramped up in accordance to like what's
We
happening?
ramped up, we spent
Okay.
more, right? But
Okay.
the
Okay.
ad itself, right? And it's just got headlines. And yeah, there's
Yeah.
arguments for like smaller headline, bigger headline. All right, we
Yeah.
have like a blue versus black, like that, but it's the same core message,
Right.
right? Same way with Will. So the
Uh-huh.
more you talk and the more interactions, the more human to human you have on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
the bigger audience,
Yeah.
the more room for your ads to play. And the cheapest advertising in the world is retargeting. So cool. We're off to the fucking races. If only I could get all of my clients to do this, right? Wouldn't that be fucking perfect? But
Yeah.
people do people things, right?
So what do you mean by that? Why don't they do the Instagram thing?
And some people just like want to fight me every fucking step of the way. They're like, nah, Jeff, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, fine, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So the career coach, I've been telling him for like 3 months, right?
Hmm.
It's on that to-do list. Okay, get it done. I've got a tax client who
Hmm.
does tax strategy specifically for real estate agents.
Mm.
And I go, hey, you're spending like $250 per booked appointment right now. We could cut that down 90% if you just fucking do what I say. And she's like, okay, never fucking does it or does it poorly. And I go, okay, well, that's the fucking trade-off, dude. Like, either you can work out for near free or pay $15,000 for liposuction. That's on you, right?
Yeah.
So I used to have this like lose sleep over my inability to move those who do not want to move.
Right.
And then, like, I would say 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I was like, man, I'm not in charge of fucking people anymore. Like,
Yeah.
my job isn't to save a boulder and turn it into a boat. My job is to
Mm.
work with boats and make those boats go fucking faster,
Yeah.
right?
It
So it's been different, but yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting, your perspective on the Instagram thing. I'm curious about what your thoughts are on YouTube though.
So the way the ecosystem works, and someone's gonna argue with me on the internet, welcome to the
Yeah.
fucking internet, right? They see an ad, right?
Uh-huh.
They go to your Instagram.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna scroll up and down. They go, okay, that's interesting. Let me see what he's got behind door number two, aka YouTube, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'll go on Instagram, link in bio, go on YouTube, and they'll watch like 30, 40 minutes of it at any time and place for whatever reason, right?
Hmm.
So that's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is like I mentioned before, which is like they're just scrolling in there to see your stuff, right?
Yeah.
They scroll up and down, then they see the ad again, go back to your Instagram, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Sometimes it's not Instagram, sometimes it's YouTube, but in this example, let's just say it's Instagram, right? So in the case of the fitness coaching client, she got 3 million people a month, average 30 days looking at her stuff. They're just scrolling
It's
around.
crazy.
They go on Instagram, look at her stuff. Then they hit the other ad. They go back to her Instagram. And then they go on her YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel does not need to be this like a most amazing, like life-shattering Logan Paul type thing. I've seen YouTube channels that are literally just like this, and they're talking about
Yeah.
immigration law.
Mm.
That's it, right? They've got like 7 videos over the course of a year and a half, and that's it. And the first one was made a year and a half ago, and then 6 of them were made in the last 6 weeks. Fine, right? But what ends up happening is somebody in that journey is like, oh, this person does X. I need X done. Let's boogie. I'm
Hmm.
going to click and watch your stuff in long form. And if you got a short idea, you can have a short video, short form on Instagram. If you've got a long idea, you need a long video on YouTube, right? So YouTube is like a more in-depth version, is equivalent of like you're walking into a professor and you're sitting in their office and you got 15 minutes with them, or you want to go to class,
Mm.
right? So
Okay.
it's like the opportunity to deep dive. The last, I think, 4 or 5 sales that I've had for people who want to pay me money, all of them came through the Instagram YouTube ecosystem,
Really?
where they saw an ad, they went on Instagram, they scrolled up and down. Okay, fine, perfect. They said, I'm gonna follow. They saw another ad or another reel go live that broke their brain. Said, oh yeah, that's right. Jeff, they went on my IG, watch my YouTube, scheduled a call.
Interesting.
Right. So that
Yeah.
is very attractive to the best buyers in the world. And the irresistible offer that became so popular during our day and age is very
Mm-hmm.
attractive to the worst buyers. So this is like the next theory, and it's called a client totem pole,
Okay.
right?
Talk to me about that.
So let's say that like I was doing advertising for HVAC companies,
Uh-huh.
right? And I ran out and said, hey, if you're an HVAC guy, I can get you 10 jobs in the next 72 hours guaranteed. And if you don't get that, I'll pay you $1,000 for wasting your time. Very much
Mm.
that irresistible offer formula,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Do you think that's going to attract a great client or a worse client?
I don't know. What would
The
it
fucking worst client, the goddamn planet.
really? Okay. Because they're already risk
Worst.
averse. They're approaching it with the risk like
They desperately need 10 jobs in the next 72 hours,
ah,
right? They desperately need and are attracted to this idea of risk reversal.
yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the conversation, right? My
Yeah.
product is still advertising for HVAC companies. My
Mm-hmm.
message around my product is widely attractive to the wrong crowd. Now
It's
think about it
wildly
like this,
attractive to the wrong crowd. Gotcha.
wrong crowd, right? So let's say I said, you know what? I'm going to change my message, not my product, not who I serve, not my offer. Then I'm just going to change how I talk about it. Instead of that, I say, I help HVAC companies get prepared to be acquired by a private equity company by installing predictable advertising marketing systems so they can check that box and be sold for 3x. Do you think I'm attracting a good client or a bad client?
I might mess this one up, but I don't know if it's if it's a rhetorical question. I think you're attracting a better client.
Much better client because
Okay.
they're an HVAC, they know private equity,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
advertising marketing systems. I can probably sell my same service for 20 grand for a form of the contract up
Mm.
front to
Yeah.
a guy that already knows what the fuck he's doing when it would be
Right.
impossible for me to get $1,000 a month for the other guy.
Right.
Right? So here's a
Interesting.
little song and dance that I was building out.
Okay. You gonna share something or
Yeah.
okay, there you go.
So this is the totem pole, right?
Ah, okay.
Bad clients on the bottom, great clients up. So here's the marketing message, right?
Uh-huh.
Here's what describes that client. So if I say get 10 HVAC jobs in 2 weeks, so you don't pay, I'm talking to a guy that's like solo. He has no admin. He's just a dude with a fucking blowtorch,
Uh-huh.
right? If I start talking like systems and things like that,
Uh-huh.
higher up, right? If I'm talking private equity, this is the fucking jam,
Mm.
right? Here's another one. So this is fitness coaches, which is one of the industries that I serve. If they run an ad that says drop 10 pounds in 10 days, no cardio, Daniel Topic, are those the most devoted, meaningful, purposeful people? Or are they going to fade out
Dude,
in January 2nd?
but I did this campaign and that freaking crushed me, my soul, my ego. I didn't know what to do with my life. I went through whatever the crisis.
Yeah.
I didn't know why I was going through a crisis, but I was like, why does everyone leave me?
Right? Why are these the worst fucking clients in the world? Which makes you think that it's your fault,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Like, why
Right?
are all these? What am I? Why am I so bad?
Yeah. And then the KPIs are there,
Yeah.
right? You're like, oh my God, I'm getting like $30 cost per call and I have a 50% show rate. I should be selling the problems with sales. Oh my God. So they do sell somebody. Well, they're not fucking doing their job. Their problems with fulfillment. No, fuck you guys. Problems with the client, worst business, end of discussion, right? So instead of that, I just start talking about body composition, longevity, using data-driven body systems.
Mm,
This is the stuff
mm,
right here,
mm.
right? I'll give
Yeah,
you
yeah,
another
for
example.
sure. For sure. I mean, you definitely, yeah, in the begin, on the bottom, you would talk to me. Now you talk to me at the top.
Yeah,
Right. Right. You would talk to me at the
crazy,
top.
right?
Man, for sure.
So we know some people that have been in the game for as long as us. They're still talking down here.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah, they just
Why do you
didn't.
think that is? Why do you think that is? Just
They're
curious.
too close to the elephant.
Mm,
They only see the
mm.
tusk or the eyes. They don't see the whole fucking thing. They don't see
And
the tube.
they're the same people that think that the next shiny thing, the next funnel is the one that's gonna break it.
Bingo. So they are attracted to their own type of thing. So they keep bouncing between softwares. They're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, it's Notion. I need to be using Trello boards. Oh my
Right.
God. If we just used Monday.com, it'd be so much better. No, man, it's not true,
Mm.
right?
Mm. We're just saying the right
Another
thing to the
example.
wrong person, huh?
Correct. This is just wrapping. This is it. Here's another example. So this is coaches, right? In the
Yeah.
industry that we serve. Get
Mm.
5 clients in 30 days, zero follows or experience required.
That's brutal.
Now I got to start talking to them about how to pick a niche.
Mm.
Sucks.
Yeah, it does. Because they
Or I
fight
say,
you tooth and nail.
with everything, like, I don't feel comfortable
I
doing
want
this.
everyone. But
Yeah. No, I was thinking
but
about,
Jeff, they're gonna take,
no,
I'm not gonna
I
get
have an idea
anybody.
for a restaurant that only sells grapes, but it's online. Oh my God. Like, really? Right? But if we start talking about client retention infrastructure and team systems, it's just simply a better person, right? So this is the idea right here. This is like the overall totem pole,
Yeah.
like identity focus, which is how we got in the game, by the way. We used to be shitty people, very
Yeah.
bad, right? They got us with identity, right? This is Russell Brunson 101. We're talking identity,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
We've all been to those audiences and been those crowds, and like 90% of the people make no money. You're like, how the fuck
Mm-hmm.
are these people affording this stuff, right? It was identity, right?
Mm-hmm.
These people, right? You
Mm-hmm.
start producing case studies and walkthroughs and proof, and we start talking about campaigns over the course of 3 months, 6 months, 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, a little bit better. We start creating dashboards. We're like, let me look at your Google Sheets. Oh, that's interesting. I finally have enough time to think about this stuff. Here's my charts and my graphs, and they're like 10 different places. We don't have like a business suite or a Google Look Data Studio Looker or anything like that. But you can see we're talking to the right people,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And this is the fun stuff. Some people, by the way, just skip straight to the top. And those
Yeah.
motherfuckers come from Harvard. They come from MIT. They come from
Yeah.
Stanford. They didn't even know that these were an option.
Huh.
They
That's
only
interesting.
talked this. Like if you've ever talked to anybody who's gone to like a top two or three school, they're
Uh-huh.
always talking about enterprise value, shareholder value, multiples, selling this for 3, 4, 5 years, right? How does this fit our mission? What are the KPIs? How do I monitor the dashboard? What does the leverage look like? That is their default. They are stuck up here. They didn't even know of this shit down here.
Mm.
So here's how it matters in the tax industry,
Mm.
right? If we start talking how to increase the enterprise value of your organization using tax strategy, holy shit.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Mm-hmm.
It's like a wildly different game. And so
Mm.
now we're talking to people that, we're not driving Teslas anymore. We're driving Bentleys, right?
Mm.
Those are the people that are like, look, man, I don't care how much this shit costs, just as long as I get my tax rate down to 15.6% so
Right.
that my PE and lawyer guy get off my back and we can sell this fucking company for 4x like we're supposed to. I'll make it happen. They're great. Send the fucking invoice. Thanks. Bye. Call you in 3 months.
Yeah,
Those are the type of people,
for
right?
sure.
So if I run the ads that my
Hmm.
clients accidentally think they should be running, I, as a provider of services, am putting them in the bottom bucket.
Okay, say that differently so I can understand because I'm not that smart.
So my clients will get caught up in the same things that I get caught up in. They'll read the
Ah.
same books. They'll read the
Mm-hmm.
Russell Brunson books or the Alex Hormozy books or something like that. They'll put the formula on the fucking Zoom, and I go, "You want to just shoot me in the fucking face right now, Melissa?" I'm like, what the fuck? No, man, we're not doing this. They're like, well, why? It's working. I was like, if we do this, you will attract clients that want too much, want to pay too little,
Uh-huh.
cannot handle risk, need
Mm.
something immediate, cannot
Mm-hmm.
talk 3, 4, 5 years,
Yeah.
right? And they go, oh, okay. Well, and I was like, you want to run it? They're like, yeah, it's fine. Fucking run it, right? So they'll get the KPIs in check, and I manage them like, hey, you got 10 appointments on there. I'm gonna bet you nobody's gonna fucking buy no matter what you do. They're like, okay, we'll fucking find out, and then nobody fucking buys, right? And I say, how about we run a tier one ad or a tier two ad, right?
Yeah.
That says, look, you already know of tax strategy. You already are
Uh-huh.
implementing 3 of the 7 things. You already know what the hell's going on, but your tax effective rate is too high. I will get your effective tax rate down to 15%, utilizing the biggest changes in the Big Beautiful Bill Act, which include R&D credits, blank, blank, and blank. Plus, I'll even audit this to check your valuation. So when you want to sell your business in 3 years, you've got a long history of being properly astute with your taxes.
Right.
That person costs $700 to get on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
That person will gladly pay $15,000 to $20,000
A
for a
year.
2 month engagement
Yeah, they'll do it every year. We get those all the time.
every year. And then that same person is like, all right, how much for long term? Well, look, you've already got a CFO. You don't? Okay, let's talk.
Yeah.
Right? I got CFO services. How much is that? $180 a year. Oh, that's fucking on the high end. You're right. You want to do 2 years? I'll make it down to 110.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. They signed a $200,000 agreement.
So
Do you see
you
what I
so
mean?
yeah, I do see what you mean. So even your people are talking about fractional CFO after
Of
advisory,
course.
huh? Hmm. Okay.
It's a natural
Yeah,
progression. It's like in a
it's a
marketing
natural
game.
progression for sure.
Yeah, marketing game, you have CMOO outsourced, right? Chief
Yep.
Marketing Officer outsourced. CFOO, same thing, right? Not
Yeah.
a problem. The challenge is that like I am accidentally attracting people who are 1 month away or one funnel away or one blank away from going fucking bankrupt,
Oh,
right?
dang.
You see what I mean? This is their
Yeah.
last shot, the one chance. It's like that fucking song with on 8 Mile. This is my last shot, my last chance, my one opportunity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like people who have been in business for like 5, 10 years do not think
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
They're going, what are the big trends? How does this affect my margins? How does this affect my numbers? Are we talking market share, market penetration, market efficiency ratios? What's the cost to acquire a customer, not just return on ad spend, that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Are these expensive customers, cheap customers? They are thinking in ways that need to be communicated with a long form YouTube video so they know I talk that same language,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
And so that's like ultimately I think the next evolution in my own growth, which is understanding tier one clients, tier two, tier three, tier four. And so all the marketing messages that we create are categorized under tier one through four. And
Mm-hmm.
like 80% of the time, like you see a tier four, you're like, fuck, bro, these are like, God, they don't even show up. They're too
Mm-hmm.
busy to show up. I've never met a CEO that flaked on his appointments.
Mm. Dang, that was brutal.
You see what I mean?
That was brutal.
Like that is one of his core tenets. If it's on the calendar, I
Yeah.
will show up, right? And that's what I expect from people to be on time. You see what I
That's
mean?
good. Yeah, that's really good, dude. That's really good. That's a hook. It's a
Yeah.
really good hook.
So that's
It's
where I
definitely
sit.
gonna rustle
Um,
some feathers in that. I know I
of
like it.
course. It's
I
like
love that.
it all of a sudden makes a lot of fucking sense, right? And then you don't have to text him 18 times to show up. It's on the fucking calendar. 2 months later, it'll still be on the calendar and he shows up for his quarterly review. He's like,
Hmm.
no, don't text me. Just do the shit. Like, yeah, I'll see you in 2 months.
I'm gonna have to get a testimony of a client saying, I always show up to my appointments. I'm the CEO, of course. And
Of
then I'm gonna
course I would
send that
show
to
up.
them before they show up. After they
Yep.
book an
So
appointment, send
the
them that
process you're doing
testimonial.
right now is called objection handling, right? So I did a
Mm-hmm.
two-step on my Instagram about this. If you
A
want
what?
to a two-step, so like you see like a post and a comment.
Oh yeah,
So the
yeah,
first,
yeah,
yeah, a
yeah,
comment chain or whatever you want to call it, right? So I talked about increasing show rates. And if you text message that CEO 18 times, you think he's going to go, oh, thank fucking God for the
yeah,
reminder? Or so you can go, are you fucking insane? What
yeah.
is wrong with you? Like, you can't be doing this. You called me, you had your VA call me 4 times in a row. What, I'm busy? Like, are you
Uh-huh.
nuts? Right? Of course I was going to show up. It's on the calendar. Are you insane? Right?
Yeah.
So, what you're going to do is get people into that line of thinking by text messaging them the real. So you have the headline that says, of course, I'm the CEO. I always show up to my appointments. And there's your
Uh-huh.
video. And
Uh-huh.
you tell a story about blah, 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 blah. And that's why we always show up to our appointments because that's what CEOs do. That's identity
Mm,
stuff. That's
mm,
perspective stuff. That's what I
mm.
mentioned that one of my fitness clients is doing,
That's freaking gangster. I love that.
right? That's,
Absolutely love it, dude. It's
of
really
course,
good.
like looking at this, you go like, of course you would fucking do that. It makes like total sense, right?
Doesn't
Um,
it doesn't because I'm like in front of the elephant.
yeah, you're too close to the
Yeah.
elephant. This is why I have clients that pay me like 3, 4, 5 grand a month to do these types of things where all we
Mm-hmm.
do is get away from the elephant,
Mm.
right? And we'll have these little sessions in my house, and it's like 4 or 5 people. We got a whiteboard. All of our phones are on DND unless you've got kids, which is your phone is in the other room, right?
Mm.
We spend the first 30 minutes letting our brain reset on our dopamine, right? And then we start
How
talking
is
big
that?
picture shit.
How's that? What do you mean?
Uh, so
You
uh,
guys like do ayahuasca or something?
no, we don't. We're not doing no, none
Like
of that. No, no.
meditating?
So think about it like this. When is the last time you had a dream?
Actually I do remember the last time I had a dream. So the other day, I've been taking melatonin for a long time. The
Uh-huh.
last time I had a dream is when I stopped taking melatonin and I started taking magnesium glycinate for the first time. I
Yeah.
had some crazy dreams. Like
Fucking fantastic.
not like it was one of those like terror. I'm waking up in terror. I'm like, holy
Oh,
smokes,
so
that felt
nightmare.
real.
Okay, maybe not. Not what I'm
Yeah,
going for, right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Never
holy
mind.
smokes,
Let's
that
pretend
felt
that,
too
right?
real.
So the point I was trying to make was like um the challenge with social media and computering and all that stuff is that
Right.
we end up just falling into whatever increases our dopamine,
Hmm.
right? And so you'll
Yeah.
see that with people who alt tab a lot.
What's that mean?
Alt tab, like they've got like 18 tabs all open all at
Oh,
once, right?
I call people out on that all the
All the
time.
fucking time. Or there's
I'm
too
like,
much
what
shit
are
on
you
their desktop.
doing? Like, what are you
Like
doing?
it's the same fucking Google sheet you open like 18 times. What is wrong with you, right? But that's because
Yeah.
they're not in control. Their brain's just looking for new dopamine, right?
Right.
That's the same thing with scroll on the internet. Like no real like human being who's in control is like, thank God I'm tapping on this piece of colorful glass like a fucking gorilla at the zoo. I'm so happy that's not what happens, right? So when you're coming off of a flight or you've been scrolling on Instagram for too long, your brain loses its ability to manipulate that appropriately and do deep work and hard work and think appropriately. So the scenario is like if you remember in like in college
Uh,
when cell phones were just coming out for me or high school when there's no cell phones, you could spend like 3 hours in a classroom drawing on the whiteboard, being creative and unique and different and all that, and thinking about things and chatting like a bunch of normal people. Now it never fucking happens. When was the last time anybody drew or like wrote stuff down or daydreamt, right? Now, the second we get bored, our fucking phones come out, right? The challenge here is that the first step towards doing this shit is boredom.
oh,
Boredom
okay.
is the space for your creative stuff to come in,
Mm.
right?
I
So
got
you
you. I
need to
got you.
like clear off your desk. You
Mm-hmm.
need to look and there's nothing fucking here. Your brain is bored. Don't put a phone there. Just let it be bored for like 15, 20 minutes. It's cool, bro. Don't worry about it. You're not going to fucking die. And you can feel the dopamine coming down. Like you'll get
Interesting.
tired, you'll get irritable, you'll have like your eyes are doing this, like they're going back and forth.
Yeah, there's an
You
empty
just feel
space and like it was filled before, and you're like, what the heck? What should be there?
like,
I
God,
got you.
what's going on? It's like staring at a browser with no that you're like, I need to click it. It's cool, bro. Don't worry about it. Just let it happen. Right. So
Uh-huh.
we spend 30 minutes like metaphorically or in reality, like clearing off your desk
Huh.
and then like you let the phones like not do their thing anymore. Laptop isn't there. It's cool. We're just gonna not have any phones. Do whatever the fuck
Mm.
you want. Just no phones and no laptops.
That's
And then you
interesting.
can feel it like drop. It takes
Hmm.
like 30 minutes for it to come back down. Then you'll start being bored and good ideas start rolling around where you go like, this feels like I'm going for a long run. And then I had all my best ideas when I was running.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
that's the scenario,
Mm.
right? But you can create that by instituting boredom. And then all your good
Interesting.
ideas, which have been suppressed by all the fucking browser tabs, will start popping up.
Mm.
And that's how you separate the elephant from the herd and you get the view and all that stuff.
Dude, I forgot well, maybe I never understood, but you're like way smarter than me.
Thank you.
Just never paid attention to how dumb I was
God
or how
damn.
smart you are.
What the fuck is that sentence, Daniel Tapia?
How dumb I
You're
am or
stronger
how
than
smart
me.
you are.
There's a plus there.
That's funny. Dude, I'm like, half the time I'm like, dang, dude, I feel like I'm the little monkey.
He's just like tapping the color
I'm the
glass.
little gorilla right now.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
That's amazing, dude. Okay, so you do the boredom thing to get to open up the loop for creativity, and then what comes about from that? Like, what do you guys?
So so
Yeah.
what'll happen is you start popping up and bubbling up like interesting ideas. And then the
Hmm.
default is to go back to your phone and write down on notes. Fail. Don't do that shit.
Mm.
The default is to put it down on like a notepad. Not the
Yeah.
best.
Right.
The best thing to do is go to a whiteboard and put your stupid idea on there,
Oh.
right? So after like 30 minutes, you have like a bunch of stupid ideas. And I call them stupid because they're all stupid. It's fine to have stupid ideas. It's the start, right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
you're supposed to have a bunch of stupid ideas. You're like, oh, what if we took like, oh, I know, like I'll take a vine and then I'll attach a weight to it and we'll just swing packages across the river. Oh, that's fucking stupid. That's gonna break. Okay, but what if we did two vines and then there was like a bucket there, and if we aimed it correctly, that's gonna be stupid. Okay, but what if? And the what ifs are like how you get better ideas. So all
Mm.
ideas are fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Put them on the board. Big board of stupid ideas. So we got a
Yeah.
whiteboard. There's like 4 or 5 of them. You got your marker, and you just start writing down all your stupid ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And then we start cracking. Right. And so, for example, one of the stupid ideas that I had a long time ago was like, okay, but what if I really hate doing video and I had to do video again. I didn't want to do landing pages. What if I did that? That's a stupid idea. Okay, but what if I turned VSLs into text? That's a stupid idea. What if I had AI build a client avatar and then asked it to create long form awareness articles based upon UG Shorts awareness stages, and then use that and use it in the Andromeda format? What would happen? That's like the progression of ideas, right? So I did this exercise. That's actually like how your brain gets connected. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, I should fucking do that. So we wrote it down. 2 days later, I'm looking at my board. It's like over there. I go, oh, let's fucking try it out. So that's what's powering my 17 appointments a day for my client,
Mm.
right?
Just ChatGPT'd it? Is that what you're
Correct.
saying?
Yeah. Built an AI
Okay.
avatar. It ends up
Yeah.
being like 10 pages long, right? From that, we create long form articles for each awareness stage of the avatar.
Oh wow.
And that's what's powering these like appointments en masse, right?
That's
Um,
pretty intriguing. I was
Another
gonna
time
ask.
was
Go
the
ahead. Yeah.
client totem. Like the client totem that I just mentioned was one of those stupid ideas, right? So that's like the
Mm.
exercise. It's a great time. Everybody hates it until they love it. JR did it
Yeah.
with him and his business partner a while ago. Marla came by too, 2 or 3 other people, Chandler. We went through the same exercise.
Mm.
So it's fun.
That's cool. So I guess on that point there, what do you guys like? What y'all doing in the AI? What do y'all see over there in AI? I mean,
I know that's all the fun stuff, right?
I know, right? What's the shiny object? I just hear a bunch of things about AI. I mean, we're trying to implement AI. We tried the AI appointment setter thing. It crashed and burned fast.
Yep.
It killed us
Yep.
big time. And not an like to be fair, we didn't give it enough statistical significance to make a decision on whether or not but it was just nobody was managing it and it looked stupid and it made us look
Yep.
dumb. So we just stopped it altogether. But other than that, I mean, I have used AI to do exactly what you did about the client avatar, but I'm curious what you're seeing like
Yep.
from your perspective because I'm sure you know on that you're on the front of figuring out AI how it relates to creating more
Yep.
attention.
Correct. So my genre is like, how do I get enough attention who wants to pay money? And what
Hmm.
tools can I use to do that? And one of the tools is accelerating this process using AI stuff, right? So whichever AI tool you happen to use are all the same to me. I don't care. Some people
Yeah.
say X is better than Y. It's fucking the same. I don't care.
X is better than X is
Yeah.
better than Y is an
Yeah.
example. I was like, wait,
New
is
Twitter,
that the
right?
AI?
There's a new one, right? There's always a new one. They're all
It's
the same to
X
me,
and
right?
Y.
So the process works because of a very big change that Facebook did about a year ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Up to a year ago, Facebook was running on something called the flag on the hill model, which is you'd upload like 15 different ads, all your different combinations, say, Facebook, here's a bunch of money, figure it the fuck out. And it would find a winner to only spend on that winner.
Mm-hmm.
And we sit there going, but I want to test the other one's face. Was like, two middle fingers, bro. Doesn't fucking matter. Not going to happen. We're only spending on this one. Then it would burn out and then
Mm-hmm.
move to the next one, spend it, burn out, move to the next one, spend it, burn out. That's called flag on
Mm-hmm.
the hill model, whichever one is winning,
Oh,
right?
okay.
That's how it was set up. Here's the challenge. You can show me an ad all day long for 10% off a colonoscopy. I'm still not going to fucking buy it.
Mm.
Not going to happen. What about 19%? No. What about 2 for 1? No, not going to happen. This celebrity loves a colonoscopy. Not going to fucking happen, bro. I do not know that I need a colonoscopy.
Right.
So Facebook would show me these ads and I wouldn't buy any of them. And I'd show people these ads and they wouldn't buy any of them. The only people that are buying people are saying, I need a colonoscopy. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So out of a universe of people, out of like 100, only 5 to maybe 8% of those people are actually buying right now. The rest are just like off in la la land to be considered into whatever the hell, right?
Right.
We totally ignore them until a year ago. And Facebook was like, all right, we got an idea. Stupid idea board, right? Instead of doing the flag on the hill model, what if we took these assets and creatives and organized them into these Eugene Schwartz awareness stages?
Mm.
So I don't know that I need a colonoscopy. What problems are solved by colonoscopy? What solutions are there? Provider aware, most aware, those 5 stages, right? So what
Right.
Facebook does now is it takes your creatives and organizes them into those stages, right?
Mm.
And then
Interesting.
shows them accordingly.
Huh.
So we have a client that's in the paint dent repair industry. So like when you get a
Paint
dent in
dent.
your car, you don't want to spend like $1,000. Guy comes by and does this, right?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
He has to tell them to be marketing. Up until this change, he was doing accidentally the flag on the hill model.
Mm-hmm.
He was only doing 5% of the market, that kind of stuff, right? Blue ocean, that feeling like it's so amazing, but you got to convince them that they need to buy it before they buy
Yeah.
it, right? That's a
Right,
true
right,
blue
right.
ocean, right? So we set this up. We did all the awareness stages: unaware, problem aware, solution aware, blah 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 blah, right?
Yeah, product aware or
Uh,
something like that.
we ended up doing. I think we spent like $500, and when you look at the stats inside of Ads Manager, 90% of the responses are from the unaware stage. They had no clue at all whatsoever that they needed marketing.
Really?
None. None. Okay.
Wow. I need to try
They're on the
that.
phone and they're like, I didn't even know this was an option.
Wait, so hold on, hold on, hold on.
Yeah, that
You are
you know
Mark.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Say that
It's
again.
exactly what you think.
I think I hear what you're saying, but if you could say it again, because
Okay.
I'm not that smart.
All right. So I don't know I need a colonoscopy,
Yeah,
right? You can show me 10% off,
right.
15% off, the best colonoscopy doctors in the world, none of that. It ain't gonna fucking you tell me the problem solution doesn't. I am in the unaware stage. You got to deal with that shit first,
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, so you run a test to these dent paint dent, right? You ran a test
Yep.
and you ran those 5 awareness stages,
Yep.
isolated them, right? Or you just threw them
Yep.
in one account.
We one campaign, one ad set, and
And
then
then
the
just
5 awareness
boom,
stages.
just throw it in there.
Yeah.
And the biggest responses you got were from the unaware stage.
From the unaware. I didn't even know that marketing could do this. Up to this point, he's only talking to people who are massively unaware, people who are in marketing and doing their PDR. Like, here's what we can do for you. Here's the software, here's the ads, all stuff. Nah, man. Smallest market, most competitive there is. He's the only guy out there talking to people who don't know that they need it.
Oh,
So let me ask
interesting.
you this. Do you think this client sat down and wrote that 1,000 word article? No way in hell.
No,
I did,
of course.
right? Do you think he had his client avatars nailed down and wrote 10 pages? No, I did,
Mm,
right? He was running accidentally this idea of like, I just need the one winning ad.
for
And
sure.
he was looking at everybody else and doing an iterative version of that, right? Fail. You got to talk to the awareness stages. I have another client, and they do CEO longevity coaching. So it's like fitness and health, but it's for longevity. So these are
Gotcha.
guys in their 40s that want to live to be 100,
Okay.
right? So they're looking at biomarkers and all that shit.
Like Brian Johnson, right?
That crowd,
That guy.
right?
Got it.
So we look at the awareness stages. Do you think this client is getting the best results from the unaware stage, the solution aware stage, or the most aware stage?
It's unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, right?
Yeah. And then most
Okay.
aware. Yeah.
And then most aware. Hmm. I would say because that industry is so it's almost like you're drinking the Kool-Aid from the way that I imagine this, it's almost like you're drinking the Kool-Aid after you've gone through one of those mixers at Herbalife.
Mhm.
It's like after that part. So I would say
So
probably
after,
solution after you see the solution thing.
correct. That is
Okay.
100% correct.
Is
So
it
what Brian
okay?
Johnson did and Andrew Huberman did is he made everybody aware of it,
Ah,
right?
they created they bridge the gap of unawareness.
Correct. They sit
Ah,
there, right? That everybody's aware of the problems that they're having. Their arm hurts, they're going
yeah.
bald, their eyeballs are going sideways. They don't know who their eyeballs are going sideways, right? They
Yeah, I
don't know
know,
the
like, dude,
solution.
why are you looking at me like that?
Yeah, right? Why am I personally attacked all the time, right? And so now they're looking for solutions. So if you look at the posts that we made and the
Uh,
long form articles based upon those avatars, 90% of their stuff is coming from solution aware.
whoa.
Right.
90%, dude.
That's correct. Right. So
That's a
imagine
big
if
number.
this person was like, I need to start a podcast. For what? For
Yeah,
the people who don't, everybody fucking knows. What's wrong with you? Right.
right.
But again, too close to the elephant.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll give you another example. The career coach I was mentioning earlier, right? They're getting
Uh-huh.
17 appointments a day. Which stage do you think his clients are responding? Unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, most aware.
So he's a career coach.
Yeah. And his avatar is somebody who has a job, wants a pay raise, ain't getting it.
Well, probably solution or problem aware.
It's problem aware.
Yeah, problem aware, right? Because
Yeah.
so the hook would be something like, are you not feeling fulfilled at your current job? Or do you feel like there's something more out there that you're not accessing? To some degree,
Correct.
that's what I'm imagining the hook would look like, right?
Directionally correct. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You'd have to
okay.
go a little bit deeper, but that
Yeah,
is where you'd be shooting that arrow, right?
yeah.
So depending upon
Interesting.
the industry,
Wow, that's so cool.
isn't that wild? And depending
This
upon
is
the
wild is
players,
cool.
it's fucking nuts,
That's
right?
wild.
There are businesses that are only most aware,
Yeah.
right? And those are people that are like, those are equivalent to like e-commerce businesses,
Uh-huh.
right? Like I'm actively looking for jewelry. I am very much aware of it. I know I need to
Yeah.
buy a ring for my fiance. I'm getting married. I'm looking at these 4 or 5 things. I want to buy a
Impulse
watch.
buys. They're like very impulse. Yeah.
Correct. Like the equivalent is like when I go to the grocery store, I ain't
Hmm.
fucking browsing, bro. Don't fucking talk to me. I don't care about the specials. It's an aisle 5. That's the fucking thing. I'm buying it. I'm checking out. That's most aware, right?
Right.
There are some people that go to the store and I'll like shoot myself in the fucking face. They go and talk to a clerk and they're like, I don't know what I want today. I was
Yeah.
really thinking, and I'm like, oh my God. Oh. But that's because people will go to a retail establishment unaware of what they need.
So I laugh. Hold on, I laugh because my girl says that all the time. She's like, "Hey, can we go to Walmart?"
Yeah.
And I go, "For what?" She's like, I need to get some stuff." I'm like, "What do you need?" And she's
What
like,
stuff?
"No." She goes, "Walmart will tell me what I need."
The store will tell me what I need to buy.
The
So
store
they
will
are,
That's so
yo,
funny.
this has saved
People,
my relationship. Okay.
that's
They are
so funny.
unaware. They are
Yeah,
unaware. That's okay. Okay.
that's funny
We are most aware. If we
for
were a
sure.
different spot with a different industry with a different thing, if we were going hunting and they said, what are you going to catch? Responsibility, whatever the fuck shows up, bro. I don't fucking know. How big is the deer? I don't know. What are you going to do? Shoot it? Stop asking me fucking questions, right? Like go
Yeah.
hiking or something. Like that's the whole purpose. So depending
Hmm.
upon, your environment, your stage will be different. But
Hmm.
for the first time, I believe in get like I said, that 100 years of advertising trauma, somebody can now, or at least I can exhibit supreme control over the awareness stages.
Interesting.
It is buck fucking wild.
Whoa. The way you
Yeah,
express that, it sounds like you like this change a lot.
it's so much fun. It is
Okay.
so much fun. And then we'll have some clients where shit don't work and I got to bang my head on the wall. So I got to launch a new avatar like every 3 or 4 days, right?
Hmm.
With new awareness articles. And sometimes you got to keep like firing that gun until you hit something.
You say awareness articles. Do you guys do like landing page views or something like that? Or what do you mean awareness articles?
So if you can keep it on Facebook, you should keep it on Facebook. Keep on app, Amazon, Instagram, keep it on Instagram. So we literally write a whole article, that primary text.
Oh, so you do nothing, just write the text. You do not, no, no, click campaign, nothing like that. It's just an engagement, or what's
Write
the
the
deal?
text. It's focused on it's a conversion campaign because you want
Oh,
people to convert,
okay,
right?
okay, okay.
But the whole scenario is if you can
Mm.
create a long story,
Hmm.
not only is that better for the awareness agent, better for the buyer, but it's better for better placement.
Mm. You know, the reason why I asked that question because back in the day there was a guy named Ezra Firestone, I think is his
Hmm.
name. And
Which is
his
the best last name on the fucking planet.
right,
Okay,
Firestone? Like,
Firestone. My
come on.
God,
Come
holy
on, dude.
crap!
It's like Ricky
Yeah,
Bobby, two first names.
amazing, amazing. Yeah.
So that guy back in the day, the reason why I asked you that question because his one strategy was actually doing articles. So his top of the funnel stuff where he would run all the traffic was like a blog. It was a blog that he just cookied with the landing with the pixel, and then
Yep.
he would retarget everyone that watched that blog. That's why I was asking that question if it was same on the same line, but you clarified that
Yep.
for me.
It's
Hmm.
nuts. So the
It is really
ecosystem
nuts.
is like mastering these awareness stages. Instagram does most of the converting,
Yeah.
YouTube for long form. And then you get like a 50, 60, 70% show rate if you are having the
It's awesome.
hey, by the way, when you show up at 2 o'clock, I'm going to give you this
Hmm.
book on how to do blah, blah, blah. Right.
Hmm.
And that bribe can be manipulated into giving something that everybody, all the decision makers can agree on. Right. So, for example, in the dental space, this is what we used to do, which is like, I'll give you $500 off your dental implant when you show up.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Or look, when you show up on time, I'm gonna give you $500 off your dental implant. And I think you have a husband or a wife. Is that right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna comp them the cleaning. All right. When
Mm.
they're done with the cleaning, they're gonna come in and we're all gonna talk together and make sure this is good for you. They go,
Oh wow.
thanks, right? So now we've spent $600 of free money,
Yeah.
and all the decision makers are in the room.
That's
The
pretty interesting.
husband or the other person is like, wow, this place is great. Oh my God, I love the nurse. She was telling me all the dirty jokes. It was so fucking funny. Oh my God. We're going to meet Dr. X and we're actually talking about implants. Oh yeah, nice to meet you. What'd you think about it? Okay, cool, fine, perfect. By the way, here's the coupons. When you check out,
Mm.
you're going to do all this, make sure that it's on me. Let's talk about dental implants. So then you close a $15,000, $16,000 dental implant deal,
Mm.
right? So you can manipulate this to increase your show rates without regard of the industry. We
Yeah.
got fitness clients doing this. We got tax clients doing this. We got coaching clients doing this. If you
So
can
like giving them a
manipulate,
benefit or bonus to showing up. Something as
I
a
call it a
like
bribe. Give them
yeah.
a fucking bribe to show up,
Yeah, there you
right?
go.
But yeah, that's correct, right?
You buy friends.
Um,
I like buying friends.
yeah, it's just so much easier, right?
It is
Um,
very easy.
so this works when you are targeting a tier three or tier four or tier two client.
Mm.
This doesn't work when you're targeting a tier one client, which is why this is why it matters so much.
Mm.
Because if I'm running an ad that says, "Hey, risk reversal, uh, irresistible offer, guarantee," right?
Right.
I'm targeting a solo person that has no margin, no team, no brand, hustles only as a
Mm.
price, right? Worst fucking client in the world. These motherfuckers are going to respond to all your ads because they got all the time. They're
Yeah.
going to clog up your system. They're going to give you all the flack, right? And then they buy. And you're like, oh my God, this fucking ruined my goddamn business, right? So if you're targeting tier two, three, or four, you'll get the result that you want, which is awareness stages, which is show rates, which is they looked on your Instagram and made a decision on their own time instead of being squeezed with a sales deck, right? Like that's how better buyers are buying from now until the foreseeable future.
Mm. I
Yeah,
like it. And so just to clarify, so tier one is the low tier and tier four is the high tier or vice versa?
correct. Yeah. So
Okay.
it starts at tier zero,
Yeah.
right? And then
Which
like moves up, right?
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's solid, dude. This is the first time I got some clarity on the Andromeda thing that you're talking about in the way that you're talking about it because I've, I've paid people a lot of money just to like consult with them and they tell me about this Andromeda update and I'm like, what the heck does that even mean? Like, I don't even
Yeah.
get it. But you talking about it the way you're talking about, even I have people even worked on our ads campaign and we spend a couple $100,000 a month and I'm like, what the heck are we even doing? Like, I don't even understand. But the way that you explained it is probably the best way I've ever understood it
Yep.
about the stage of the awareness thing and being able to like talk to these people. I think the coolest thing you just told me though, the coolest thing was about
Hmm.
the test. The test of like being able to
Yeah,
throw
dude.
all five of the awareness out there and let's see what comes back. The
We
reason why I
get these
like that is
things,
just crazy.
it's fucking nuts. We get these things live in like maybe like 90 minutes,
Yeah.
right?
That's why it gets me so excited because the testing ground of this thing is like like you can understand KPIs or initial data like so much faster. And for me, I just want speed. I just want to get there now. I want to get there yesterday. I want to go as fast as possible. In fact, like us, we don't even spend less than $10,000 a day when we test something new because
Yeah.
it's just speed now. It's just like once you've cracked the chasm or crossed the chasm of like going hard, you don't know how
Right.
to go any slower, you know?
So
Or
here's the fun thing, right?
goes
So
crazy.
as of today, right now, your direct competitors
Uh-huh.
are operating on the old model.
Mhm.
You're doing the flag of the hill.
So the blue ocean is this.
Bingo,
Ah,
right?
got it.
This is the new weapon, this is the new knife, this is the new gun, this is the new tank, right? And
Mm.
so if you look at the way a buyer receives ads on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever they are, they will be in the most aware stage and then everybody hits them. They'll see like 1,000 ads a
Mm.
day.
Yeah,
It's all
yeah.
the same shit, right? That is the most competitive, most expensive, most difficult stage, the most aware stage,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when everybody, oh my God, it fucking sucks. Or you could focus on the other 95% and get them before everyone else does, right?
Yeah.
What's very interesting is in the tax cycle we're in right now in November and December is when
Mm-hmm.
everybody is in the unaware, problem aware stage.
Really?
Yeah, because they're
Mm.
going, I get to have a break. I don't even have to think about it. My taxes are taken care of. I'll deal with it later in January, February when shit comes up. I'll talk with my CPA or my tax accountant then. It's fine. Now's the time to start showing them those unaware stage articles.
Interesting.
And what ends up happening is they'll see it, they'll pause for like 2 or 3 seconds, go
Uh-huh.
on with their life. The next day, they see the second one, click see more, read a little bit, gone. Next
Mm.
day, they'll see the third one, read a little bit more, click. Next day, they'll see the fourth one. They got a final fucking schedule. That's how
Mm-hmm.
this stuff works. Sometimes they
Right.
don't even get to the most aware. They've already
Yeah.
booked, they've already bought, they've already scheduled. And now you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to fight for a $2,000 appointment anymore where
Right.
everybody's in the most aware. You don't have to be
Mm-hmm.
this like TikTok jackass where you've got wild, wavy hand, fiery emotions, right? Trying to
Mm-hmm.
do irresistible offers. You don't have to say that anymore because you're
Right.
focusing on the 95% that are in the remainder stages, now the 5% in the most aware stages. That's what I'm having all my consulting clients do. And they're fucking
Mm.
jumping up and down. I'm seeing people do like $29 appointments. I'm seeing people get on the phone with multiple franchises. I'm seeing a guy that he does Google My Business and he'll do AI Google My Business, blah, blah, blah. It increases the rankings on GMB, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
He's doing $10,000 4-month agreements, right? With people, all they're seeing is his article and his big fat head right in the middle of the screen because like he didn't do it right. You know, he held the camera out
So
too
he has a
far.
big fat head.
So the green screen is too small and his head is too big, right? So he doesn't know how to do it. So he's like, you know what I mean? And he's signing $10,000 deals
Oh
because
my
these
gosh.
people aren't even aware that they could climb Google My Business rankings.
Wow.
They just
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
true.
how it is, right?
Right. Right.
So it's a whole change of pace. It's a wild game now. It's
I
very
love
fun.
it, dude. I love it. So what would you say, I guess last question to someone, there's two types of people that I think will watch this. Number one, who's just starting the business and wants to scale at least to $100,000 a year, and the other one who's doing $100,000 a year and wants to get to 1 million. So talk to those two people.
I've taken I've worked within paying relationship probably 5 businesses that have hit 1 million a month. Right.
Mm,
I haven't done it for myself,
yeah.
right? But I've done it for other people. Isn't that weird? Right. But here's what I've discovered. At the 0 to 100K a month, what we're really testing is your ability to keep your clients happy.
Mm,
That's it. If you can do that, you can do 100K a month and you can spend very little dollars as a percentage wise on ads,
yeah.
right? 3K a month, maybe 4K. And all you're
Hmm.
really advertising is proof, testimonials, case studies, Andromeda articles, like I mentioned before, that kind of stuff, right? You just need
Hmm.
1 or 2 appointments a week and you'll hit
Yeah.
100K a year, 100K a month, right?
Oh, 100K a year. I mean,
100K,
100K a month.
100K a month, right?
Wow.
If we are keeping our clients, right? That by itself is a very large bucket of challenges because you keep your clients, you got to hire people, you got to train them, right? You got to have conversations. We got to go through multiple cycles. You'll hit 100K a month.
Hmm.
Going from this to 1 million a month means all of a sudden you're taking very strong stances on what's working and what's not. You're leading your team, you're doing more, and you're doubling, tripling down, not necessarily in your marketing message, but in your type of client. So the
Mm-hmm.
mistake is thinking like 0 to 100K, cool, right? 100 to 1 million is more. The
Yeah.
argument is actually the opposite. If you do less and you are not targeting more people, but instead a smaller number, more specific, more deeper, then you'll have more success. You won't stress out your team. So, as an example, right? Let's just say we're
Yep.
doing fitness clients, right? You've got premenopausal, postmenopausal, you got 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, you got 45-year-old men, you got 60-year-old men, you got guys who want to do TRT, you got women that want to do estrogen. By itself, that model, you could work with 15, 20 different types of fitness coaches.
Hmm.
If you want to go from 100K a month to 1 million a month, you pick and you look at the avatars that you currently have, whichever ones are happiest, and you go,
Yeah.
which one are my best ones? I only want to advertise to those people. So now you're doubling down and you're arguably with your marketing doing less. You have less marketing messages.
Yeah.
Your testimonials are only from your best clients.
Hmm.
Your proof and your case studies, your Instagram, your YouTube, and all that are less. Now your margins are increasing. Now your team is doing less work because you're not taking on a new client, you're taking on a copy and paste client.
Correct.
Then it's very easy to hire a CSM,
Hmm.
give them 10 of the 15 of the same clients. Then it's very easy to have a lot of proof very, very quickly because it's the same process. Right.
Hmm.
And so I'll have some clients that go, well, do I have to fire everybody? No, you don't. You can keep them. It's fine. I'm just saying, out of the top 10 clients that you have, which ones do you want more of? You build marketing towards those people. And then it's like, I mean, Will went
And then
from
your top 10% become your bottom 90%.
correct. And then
Mm.
it's an inner process. After all, you run out of people, but you can do that process to hit 1 million a month. And with Will, when we started doing that process, we're doubling down and hiring a CSM.
Hmm.
God, he must have hit 100K a month within like 4 or 5 months,
Hmm.
and then he hit 1 million a month 12 months after that.
Sounds about the trajectory we did.
Correct, right? And
Yeah.
it didn't come from having like selling different things. It
In
likely
our
came
case, it did.
from
In our
okay,
case,
there
it
you go, right? Yeah,
did. In our
there
case,
you
it
go.
was like we had to
Yeah,
do a lot of stuff to get to a million
yeah,
a
you're doing
month. But
challenges and events.
yeah, we did a lot of different things. But to be fair, like what you're saying is true. Like we did exactly that. Probably yeah. To because we were stuck at right around $300,000 to $500,000 a month, or maybe like
Yep,
350. And then what we did was we did what you call an MQL scoring process, where
yep,
you score your leads accordingly and only get the most qualified people on the front end that are most likely to buy on the back end, and
yep,
we identified those people, and then we put that in the front of the funnel, and we only let those people come through, which only
right,
allowed good people to come through, which allowed us to get higher, like higher pay in fulls, more people buying faster, CSM's happy
yep,
because the clients are getting results, and they're getting results because they're not starting from scratch. Like all those
correct, yeah.
things kind of just starts to take off like that, which allowed us to be aggressive back on marketing and go from like 50 to $100,000 to now, we're going to spend
Yeah.
$500,000 in the next 30 days, for
If
marketing.
if you and your clients implemented this awareness stage advertising process, right? It becomes very, very easy to pick your clients.
I agree. That's why I
Very
was like
easy.
so excited. I was so excited when you said that. I'm like, dude, that's the game changer right there.
Yeah.
Is because you can understand beforehand who you're talking to without having
Mhm.
to like figure it out after the fact, which is
Correct.
like the best thing. Like most times you don't figure that part out until after you've already talked to them, which is the bottom of the funnel. Like it's the hardest part to see because you've already spent all this money getting here,
Mhm.
And then you're like, just to find out that they suck. And then you have to do the iterative process again and go through every single component again until you figure it out, which to me, it's not an issue, but it's time. It's the time thing. There's a delay on these things. And I
I have
freaking
a
hate it.
tax client that no longer has a qualification form on their website.
Really?
The article itself does the qualification.
Okay. I'm listening.
So somebody will read all that, right? And say, fuck it, I'm in. They go to the next article. They go, ah, fuck it, I'm in. They go to the next article. By the time they read the second, third article, they've clicked the schedule button enough times. They've been to that landing page enough times that it's only being shown to people in those awareness stages.
Hmm.
Headline, calendar.
Wow.
That's it.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude. Of
That's gangster, dude. Well, I appreciate your time, Jeff. You've been amazing.
course.
Thank you so much, my man. You rock.
Yeah, of course.